They say when the cameras stop flashing, that's when the truth finally shows its face. And this weekend, it showed itself in Paris, Dior headquarters, a building so sacred in fashion, it's practically a cathedral. But on that quiet morning, something happened inside those glass doors that no one was supposed to see. A scandal so carefully hidden, Dior's own staff were ordered not to speak. Until now. Because this is the story that even Meghan Markle's PR team couldn't bury. Let's start with the illusion. Meghan Markle, former actress, duchess, self-declared humanitarian, was supposed to be in her comeback era. The Balenciaga show was her warm-up. But Dior? That was the crown jewel. The ultimate symbol of high fashion royalty. Cameras were banned. Guest lists sealed. Only global icons, brand ambassadors, and true insiders were allowed in. But according to multiple eyewitnesses, Meghan showed up uninvited. At exactly 9:42 a.m., a black SUV stopped on Avenue Montaigne. Meghan stepped out, head to toe in Dior, except not this season's Dior. Past collections, outdated looks, a statement outfit sure, but to fashion insiders, that was the first red flag. Because no one wears old Dior to Dior. Her team told security it was a last-minute private fitting, arranged directly with the creative director. Except Dior had no record of it. No email, no appointment, no authorization, nothing. And that's when everything went off the rails. A senior staffer later admitted when her name appeared at the reception desk, confusion turned into panic. Meghan wasn't on the list, not even tentatively, but she insisted the appointment was confirmed. Security led her to a waiting area, and witnesses say her tone shifted from polite to icy. One person claimed she snapped, "You must not recognize me. I'm close with your people inside." Dior executives scrambled. An internal email reviewed by fashion journalists read, "Urgent. Markle in lobby claiming appointment. Verify authorization. PR insists no invite." Within minutes, Dior's head of communications arrived, and that's when the polite whispers stopped. Multiple insiders claim Meghan crossed her arms, glared at the team, and said the line that froze the room. "After everything I've done for your image, you're really going to shut the door on me." And here's the thing, maybe she thought she was owed something. Because according to leaked emails from French media outlets, Meghan's team had been chasing Dior for over a year. She wanted a partnership, a global collaboration that would redefine modern royalty through couture. Sounds glamorous, right? Except Dior never responded. One insider put it bluntly, they didn't want the controversy. In Paris, luxury thrives on mystery, not headlines. But Meghan's persistence didn't fade. It escalated. Leaked correspondence showed her team followed up 6 separate times, each message more desperate than the last. And then came the email, the one that changed everything. It was titled A Proposal for Dior's New Era, written personally by Meghan. In it, she described herself as the embodiment of reinvention. She wrote, "No one carries legacy and rebellion in one frame the way I do." Dior executives read that line and knew it wasn't about them, it was about her. She even proposed a campaign called The Modern Monarch, shot at Château de Fontainebleau, meant to mirror her own evolution from Hollywood to royalty. One insider said, it read like a manifesto. So when Meghan showed up unannounced months later, Dior already knew who they were dealing with. Behind closed doors, the brand had quietly circulated an internal note. No unscheduled appointments for the Duchess. Refer all inquiries to legal. But Meghan didn't come alone. She brought 2 aides, a stylist, and, get this, a private photographer. Witnesses said she told security, "We'll just take a few shots inside. Dior knows I'm coming." Except Dior didn't. By the time the head of communications arrived, the whispers had spread across the building. Markle's here again. When she was told to leave, Meghan reportedly tried one last move, name-dropping. She mentioned a senior creative she'd met briefly months earlier. Problem? He was in Milan that day. She played the wrong card, said one staffer. Dior's response was surgical. Access revoked. Contacts flagged. One word added to her internal file, blocked. But the receipts didn't stop there. Dior kept everything, emails, proposals, even concept photos. And inside those files was proof that Meghan's team had tried something far riskier after the rejection. Within 24 hours of her being turned away, a wave of coordinated influencer posts appeared online, all praising Meghan's Parisian elegance, all tagged #Dior style. Coincidence? Hardly. An internal Dior memo later leaked, reading, "Evidence suggests deliberate coordination to misrepresent brand affiliation." In plain English, she was making it look like Dior had partnered with her. That's called brand hijacking. And Dior was not amused. Their PR team immediately reached out to fashion editors, issuing a quiet statement. Dior has no current or planned collaborations with the Duchess of Sussex. It was meant to end the rumors, but instead, it exploded them. Within hours, #Dior debacle was trending. British tabloids accused Meghan of forcing her way into couture relevance. American outlets called it a misunderstanding. But inside Montecito, insiders say Meghan was furious. She thought she could finesse the narrative, one stylist told a reporter, but Dior shut the door harder than she ever expected. And that's when she struck back. She posted a photo wearing an old Dior coat with the caption, "Timeless designs tell stories. Some just never go out of style." It looked innocent until you realized it was a message. She was reclaiming Dior publicly. The post went viral, millions of likes, but hidden in the comments were the real fireworks. Former Dior interns and PR insiders started leaking their own receipts, emails, notes, photos. What they revealed was devastating. Dior wasn't the first luxury house to reject her. Chanel and Givenchy had already done it, quietly. One executive told Grazia France, "Meghan didn't understand that in Paris, mystique is currency." She wanted control, exposure, and credit, and those three things destroy luxury faster than scandal. The fallout was immediate. Other fashion houses added her name to restricted client lists. One stylist even leaked a spreadsheet shared among major brands. Next to Meghan's name, 3 words: do not engage. By then, her team was in crisis mode. A former Netflix exec hired to rebrand her reportedly told Meghan, "You've become too famous to be fashionable." That hit deep. And that's when Meghan made her next move. If the old world wouldn't let her in, she'd build her own. She began drafting plans for an ethical luxury label meant to rival Dior itself. But when she tried to trademark a Dior-adjacent slogan in Europe, the brand struck back. Hard. They froze her filing, claiming it could cause confusion with established luxury identifiers. It was a quiet, calculated message. You can't use our name. You can't borrow our prestige. Not anymore. The backlash inside the fashion industry was brutal. Invitations stopped. PR lists were scrubbed. Stylists stopped answering her calls. One Parisian buyer said, "It wasn't an official ban. It was a whisper. Don't attach your label to hers." But the real twist came weeks later. A leaked LVMH memo, the parent company behind Dior, Louis Vuitton, and Givenchy, listed Client M at the top of its internal risk report. The accusations? Unauthorized photography inside restricted spaces. Attempted influencer manipulation. Simulated partnerships. Translation: they were accusing Meghan of orchestrating her own fake collaborations. But here's where it turns cinematic. A security contractor at Dior finally spoke out. And what he revealed flipped the entire story upside down. Meghan hadn't just shown up with photographers. She'd brought a camera crew, 3 people, 1 stylist, 1 assistant, 1 cameraman. The permit they carried? It wasn't for Dior. It was for a public hotel across town. The footage, later recovered by Dior's legal team, showed Meghan walking into the lobby like she was on set. She paused at the mirror, adjusted her coat, looked straight into the camera, and said, "Sometimes doors close that weren't meant to, and you walk right through anyway." Let that sink in. She wasn't documenting a visit, she was filming an episode. When Dior's security intervened, Meghan refused to hand over the memory card. The footage was confiscated briefly, copied by Dior's legal team, and what they saw confirmed everything. It was a staged narrative. A former Dior PR staffer said, "She didn't come for couture. She came for content." When Dior found out the filming permit was fake, they didn't just send a warning, they launched legal action. A cease and desist was filed within 48 hours. Netflix, the rumored distributor, immediately froze her upcoming documentary project. Executives called it a setup, not a story. But the worst blow came when stills from the footage leaked anyway. The photo showed Meghan standing before Dior's glass doors, sunlight haloing her silhouette. Caption: "She walked in without permission because women like her never needed it." The internet went nuclear. Supporters called it iconic. Critics called it delusional. But Dior? They didn't say a word. They didn't need to. Because days later their own footage surfaced. A silent, unedited 3-minute CCTV clip titled "Security Recording, June 17th. It showed Meghan entering, smiling faintly at her reflection, flashing a paper to the receptionist, and being politely turned away. No confrontation, no shouting, just quiet disbelief. At the end, she turned, whispered something that lip readers caught as, "You'll regret this," and walked out. That was it. Dior didn't have to say a single word. The footage said everything. By the end of that week, the verdict was clear. Meghan's attempt to rewrite her narrative had collapsed into a global cautionary tale. Fashion's most powerful house had outplayed her, with silence. And maybe that's the real lesson here. In a world built on illusion, sometimes the most devastating truth isn't shouted. It's filmed quietly by security cameras while the whole world watches. So what do you think? Was this the fall of a fashion empire? Or the moment Meghan finally exposed how ruthless that world really is? Coincidence? Or cover-up?